At exactly 3:17 a.m., Ryan Mitchell's phone vibrated once. Just once. But he didn't hear it. The phone was face down on his desk. Silent mode on, just like it was every single night. When Ryan woke up a few hours later at his usual 6:30 a.m., he finally saw it. One missed call. No voicemail, no follow-up message. Just a single missed call from a number he didn't recognize. Probably a spam call, he thought. He dismissed the notification, made his coffee, and went about his day, heading off to work. The morning was busy, filled with meetings and deadlines, and the strange call was quickly forgotten. By lunchtime, though, the same unknown number called again. This time, Ryan was at his desk, and he answered. A woman's voice spoke softly, almost hesitantly. "Is this Ryan Mitchell?" she asked. "Yes," Ryan replied, a little impatiently. "Who is this?" There was a long, heavy pause on the other end of the line. Ryan could hear the faint, sterile sounds of a busy place in the background. "I'm sorry," the woman said finally. "I'm calling from St. Luke's Hospital. Your father was brought in last night." Ryan felt his chest tighten, a cold dread creeping into his veins. His dad, he'd just spoken to him a few days ago. He sounded fine. "Is he okay?" Ryan asked, his voice barely a whisper. Another pause, this one feeling like an eternity. "He passed away at 3:29 a.m. The words hit Ryan like a physical blow. He felt his knees buckle, and he had to grab his desk to keep from falling. 3:29 a.m. He looked at his phone's call log. The missed call was at 3:17 a.m. 12 minutes. Just 12 minutes before his father died. His dad had called him, and Ryan hadn't answered. That night, sitting alone in the deafening silence of his apartment, Ryan stared at his phone. The screen glowed back at him, displaying the missed call that now felt like a permanent scar on his life. 3:17 a.m. He replayed the morning in his head, the casual way he'd dismissed the notification. He imagined his father, in his last moments, trying to reach him one last time. What did he want to say? Was he scared? Was he in pain? The questions swirled in Ryan's mind, each one a fresh wave of guilt. The silence in the room was suffocating, filled with the words that would now forever go unsaid. He hadn't just missed a call. He felt like he had missed his father's final goodbye. The weight of that single, unanswered call settled on him, heavy and quiet, a burden he thought he would have to carry for the rest of his life. Days turned into a blur of funeral arrangements and sympathetic whispers from friends and family. Each "I'm so sorry for your loss" felt hollow because they didn't know the truth. They didn't know about the call. Ryan went to his father's house to start the heartbreaking task of sorting through a lifetime of belongings. The place was just as his dad had left it. A half-finished crossword puzzle on the coffee table, his favorite worn-out armchair still holding his shape. It was all too much. Ryan felt another wave of grief wash over him. He walked into the kitchen, the heart of his father's home. And there, on the small wooden table where they had shared countless meals, was an old spiral-bound notebook. It looked like one his dad used for grocery lists or random thoughts. Ryan picked it up, not expecting to find anything significant. He flipped through the pages, seeing scribbled recipes and phone numbers. But then, on the very last page, written in his father's familiar, slightly shaky handwriting, was a single line. It read, "If you miss a call, it doesn't mean you missed the love." Ryan read the sentence once, then twice. The words seemed to lift a tremendous weight from his shoulders. It was as if his father was speaking directly to him from beyond the grave, offering the exact words of comfort he so desperately needed. He sank into a kitchen chair, clutching the notebook to his chest, and for the first time since that terrible phone call, he allowed himself to truly break down. He cried not just from grief, but from a profound sense of release and gratitude. His father knew him so well. He knew the guilt would eat him alive, and even in his final days he had found a way to take care of his son. A few weeks later, once the initial shock had begun to fade, Ryan felt compelled to share his story. Not for sympathy, not for attention, but because he had a feeling he wasn't the only one carrying the weight of a missed call. He wrote a short post online, sharing the photo of the notebook and the story behind it. He wrote about the guilt, the regret, and the incredible final gift his father had given him. He hit post and walked away from his computer, not sure what to expect. When he checked again a few hours later, he was stunned. The post had gone viral. It was being shared thousands of times, with comments pouring in from people all over the world. "I needed this more than you know," one person wrote. Another said, "I still have missed calls from my mum that I think about every day. Thank you for easing my guilt." The comments were a cascade of shared experiences of collective grief and understanding. People shared their own stories of missed calls from grandparents, siblings, and friends. It became a space for strangers to connect over a universal human experience, regret, and the longing for one more conversation. Ryan read every single comment. He saw his own pain reflected in the words of countless others. He realized his father's message wasn't just for him. It was for everyone who had ever felt the sting of a moment lost. Love isn't contained in a single phone call, a single text message, or a single moment. It's built over a lifetime of moments, the shared laughter, the quiet support, the simple presence of someone who cares. A missed call is just that. A missed call. It cannot erase a lifetime of love. Ryan saved the unknown number in his phone. He labeled it Dad. Not to call it back, of course, but as a reminder that love doesn't disappear because of one missed opportunity. Sometimes, in a strange and beautiful way, it lives on in the calls we never got to answer, and in the lessons they teach us long after they're gone. It's a reminder to forgive ourselves, to hold on to the love we were given, and to pass that grace on to others. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched you, please consider sharing it with someone who might need to hear this message. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that connect us all. Take care.